So, in our previous lecture, we learned about the equilibrium of concurrent forces. So, today in this class, let us learn the common forces in mechanics. Common forces in mechanics. So there are few common forces which occur in mechanics. So those are important forces. So now let us start with the gravitational force. So this gravitational force is the one kind of force that we encounter in our day-to-day life. So this gravitational force is non-contact force. Gravitational force is non-contact force. So gravitational force ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರಾವಿಟೇಷನ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಲರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ you will have the brief knowledge of gravitational force. So gravitational force the formula ಏನಂದ್ರೆ F is equals to G m1 m2 divided by r square. So let's suppose ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ two masses m1 and m2 are there. So these two masses are separated by a distance of r square. So the force of attraction between these two masses can be given by the gravitational force. So formula for gravitational force is F is equals to G m1 m2 by r square. So G under gravitational constant. So more about this you will learn in chapter gravitational forces. So for now, so here you have two masses m1 and m2 divided by r square. So if you observe here, so these two masses are not in contact. So hence gravitational force can be said as non-contact force. ಇಲ್ಲಿ m1 m2 ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಸೊ there is a force which is acting between m1 and m2. ಸೊ ಅದರ ಸಂಬಂಧ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ ಗ್ರಾವಿಟೇಷನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ನಾನ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದು ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ F is equals to G m1 m2 divided by r square. ಸೊ ಗ್ರಾವಿಟೇಷನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಸೊ ಇಟ್ is inversely proportional to 1 by r square. So this is about gravitational force, and gravitational force can act at a distance and it is a non-contact force. So except this, all other forces are contact forces in mechanics. Gravitational force bittu next yav kaliತೀವಿ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ contact forces. So contact force ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? So contact force on an object arises due to contact with other object. A contact force on an object arises due to contact with some other object. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ದಾಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಆವಾಗ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಟೂ ಬಾಡೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈಯಿಂಗ್ Newton's third law. So what is Newton's third law? To every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So one more thing to tell you all about this Newton's law is, so these Newton's law and friction and inertia, all these concepts are deleted in your portion. So I have discussed them just to make sure that you understand the whole concept of mechanics. So if you don't know the basics, then it will be difficult for you to solve the problems. So hence I have discussed the Newton's law, friction and inertia. So if you are interested, then you can watch those videos. So if you learn them, it will be good for you. So Try to watch those videos. If you can't write the notes also, so just watch them, have an idea of what is friction, what are these Newton's laws of motion. So then you will have a grip over the mechanics. So here also from Newton's third law we can say that there will be mutual contact forces. So the component of contact force along the normal to the surface in contact is called normal reaction. So if you have the object, so then what I said, so there will be mutual contact forces which satisfies Newton's third law. So the component of contact force along the normal to the surface, so this is normal, along the normal to the surface in contact is called normal reaction. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, ಅದು ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಟು ದ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಆರ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬಿ ಸೆಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್. So you will basically encounter these two forces. So ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಟಾಗ ಸೊ there will be normal force, normal reaction, and there will be frictional force or friction. So what is normal reaction? The component of the contact force along the normal to the surface in contact, so is called normal reaction. So this will be always along the normal. ಸೊ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್? ದ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಟು ದ ಸರ್ಫೇಸಸ್ in contact, so is called friction. So this is what friction is. So I have drawn the diagram just to make sure that you understand where these two forces occur. So if you have an object which is kept on the surface, then this object experiences basically two kinds of forces. So one which is in the direction of the normal is known as normal reaction, and the one which is parallel to the surface is known as frictional force or a friction. So hope this is clear to you all. Next is, so when a solid is immersed in a fluid, there is a thrust on its surface. So the resultant upward thrust is called buoyancy. So if you have a solid, so you are asked to put this solid in a fluid. So this is what? This is solid, and this is immersed in the fluid. So there is a thrust on its surface. So if this is the surface, so on this surface there will be the thrust, the resultant upward thrust So you have immersed solid in this direction, but there will be resultant upward thrust on this solid. So this is what known as buoyancy. Clear? So what is buoyancy? When a solid is immersed in a fluid, there is thrust on its surface. The resultant upward thrust is called buoyancy. So buoyancy force on a body will be equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the body. So there is also viscous force and air resistance. So viscous force you will encounter in fluids or liquids. So air resistance is, so this is again a resistance which is given by the air for the motion of the body. So these are the examples for contact forces between solids and fluids. So which are those? So you can see normal reaction, friction, buoyancy, viscous force and air resistance. So all these are the contact forces. Next, other two common forces in mechanics would be the tension and spring force. So first we learned the different types of contact forces. Contact force olaga different types adavu. First now kaltidu gravitational force, it is non-contact force. Next now kaltidralli normal reaction, friction force, viscous force, air resistance and buoyancy. So ಇವೆಲ್ಲ contact forces. Next ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೂ 2 ಫೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಅವು ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್? Spring force. So when a spring is compressed or stretched by an external force, a restoring force is generated within it. So that is known as spring force. So what will happen? So let's suppose you have a spring. So let us call this spring as spring A. So now what you will do? So you will compress this spring. So what will happen? So you have compressed this spring, the size has been decreased. So if I compress this spring, 1 2 3 4 5, so see, can you see the difference? So this is compress. So you have basically compressed the spring. So when you compress, there will be a restoring force which will be stored in this spring. So that is known as spring force. Or what will you do? What will happen if you stretch this spring? So now let us stretch. So if you stretch the spring, so when you stretch the spring, again there will be the force which will get restored in the spring, that is again known as spring force. So what is spring force? So when a spring is compressed or stretched, by an external force. So a restoring force is generated and it is called spring force. So this is spring force. Now let us look the same example. So now this one end of the spring is in contact with the wall. So this end is not free. So let us make the other end free. So this end of the spring is free and this end is being tied to the wall or something like that. So to compress this spring, what you will do, so you will apply the external force in this direction on the spring. So if you apply the external force in this direction on the spring, then this spring will get compressed. So the external force has been acted in this direction to compress the spring. So now let's suppose if you want to expand this, what will you do? So you will take or you will apply the external force in this direction. So this is when you stretch the spring. So this is when you compress the spring. So this is the direction of external force. So here you are applying the force. So for stretching, the force is in the opposite direction when you compare this with the compressing of the spring. So this is what known as the spring force. So ನೀವು ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆರ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರೀಸ್ಟೋರಿಂಗ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಒಳಗೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್. So hope this spring force is clear to you all. Next let us go for the formula for this. So for small displacement x, so here, so let us take these two examples. So if you stretch it, there will be this much displacement. So if you see, so there will be this much displacement x. So this spring force F is directly proportional to what? This displacement, and it is written as F is equals to minus kx. So F is equals to minus kx enidu. So idu spring force the formula. So illi k andra spring constant or force constant. So now ನೀವು ಕೇಳಬಹುದು why there is a minus in this force equation. So because this is a restoring force and this force will be in the opposite direction to the force or to the external force, hence we write it in a minus kx. F is equals to minus kx is the spring force. So when a string is stretched by an external force, restoring force developed in the string is called tension. So let's suppose you have a string which is tied to the wall. So now for this string, if you hang the body of mass m, so now there will be the tension which gets developed in this string. So this is what? This is string. So the string is attached to the wall and this is mass. So when you hang this mass to the string, so there will be tension which gets developed in the string. So this is what called as tension. So when a string is stretched by an external force, the restoring force developed in the string is called tension. when a string is stretched by an external force, the restoring force developed in the string is called tension. So this is what the tension is. So now you learned what is spring force and what is tension. Tension ಯಾವಾಗ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ದಾರಾನ ನೀವು ಜಗ್ಗಿದಾಗ ಬೈ ಆನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ರೀಸ್ಟೋರಿಂಗ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ರೀಸ್ಟೋರಿಂಗ್ ಫೋರ್ಸಿಗೆ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಇಯರ್, ಸೊ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಒಂದು ದಾರನ ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಲಿಂದ ಜಗ್ಗಿದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೀಸ್ಟೋರಿಂಗ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ರೀಸ್ಟೋರಿಂಗ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್. Next, between charged bodies or particles, there will be some sort of electric and magnetic fields, so which are not actually discussed in this mechanics part. So this you will learn in the nuclear sections of the physics. So similarly, you will also learn there what is strong force, what is weak force, which are important for the subatomic, for you to understand the subatomic particles. So all those things you will learn in the atoms nucleus chapter. So for this chapter we are restricted only to these many forces, that is tension, string, gravitational force, normal reaction, friction, buoyancy. So all this force we have understood and we will use this force in our upcoming section. Next topic which you have here is friction. So this topic is again a deleted portion of your syllabus. So I am just discussing all these things because these are the basic things. So if you don't understand these things, then it will be difficult for you to understand the mechanics. So hence I am discussing these all things. So friction, frictional force or friction is the opposing force acting on a body which moves or tends to move on the surface of another body. So frictional force or friction is the opposing force acting on a body which moves or tends to move on the surface of another body. So this is what friction is. So frictional force or friction is opposing force. So you should remember this. So frictional force is always opposing force and this acts on a body which moves or tends to move. So if this body is moving in this direction, then frictional force will be in this direction. So this force will always act on the body which moves or which tends to move. So you can also say friction is the force which opposes the relative motion or a tendency of relative motion between the bodies in contact. So ಈಗ ಒಂದು ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಬುಕ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಟಾಗ ಸೊ ನೀವು ಆ ಬುಕ್ ಜಗ್ಗಿದಾಗ ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಆ ಬುಕ್ಕು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅದರದ್ದು ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಬುಕ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಬುಕ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗ ಆ ಬುಕ್ಕು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಬೈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸು ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಗಿನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗಷ್ಟೇ ದಿ ಮೋಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸು occurs everywhere. So there's no restriction to this force. So this force occurs everywhere. So when will this friction force occurs? When a body moves or tends to move. So if body is at rest, then frictional force will be zero. ಯಾವಾಗ ಬಾಡಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಆವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅರೈಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So it acts tangentially along the surface of contact in a direction opposite to the direction in which a body moves or tends to move. So this frictional force will always be in opposite direction to the force to the direction of the body which is in motion. So this force will be tangentially along the surface of contact. So there are basically two types of friction. So the first friction here is static friction. Second friction is known as kinetic friction. So again I repeat, so these are the deleted concepts from your syllabus. So if you are interested to understand, then you can watch these videos, or you can directly jump to the concepts which are not deleted in your portion. So what is friction? So friction is a force which opposes the motion of the body. So ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟು ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ದಾಗ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಕತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸು ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ದಾಗ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟ್ಯಾಂಜೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ದ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್. ಸೊ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸನ್ನು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನಾವು ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸು ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇರಲಾರ್ದಾಗ, ಸೊ ನಾವು like if you have a pen like this, so to move this pen, so you have to apply a force from this direction, then only this pen moves in this direction. So if you apply a force which is less than the frictional force, then this pen will not move. So that is what the friction is. So now if this pen is not in contact with the paper, or if you want to move this pen, then there arise the air resistance. What it is? So it is air resistance. So air resistance is also the opposing force, wherein so this air will opposes the motion of the body. Again you have one more viscous force. Viscous is again a opposing force which occurs in the fluids or in liquids. When a liquid is moving, then this liquid will experiences the opposing force. So if liquid moves in this direction, then viscous force will be in this direction. So this is the direction of the motion of the liquid, and this is what viscous force is. So viscous force is again a opposing force which opposes the motion of the liquid. So this is what the friction is. So in friction you have first one static friction and the second is kinetic friction. So let us discuss these two frictions in our next class. So for this class, hope you all have understood what is friction, what is tension, what is spring force, so what are contact forces and what are non-contact forces. So gravitational force is the non-contact force, normal reaction, friction, buoyancy, spring force, tension, all these are contact forces.